Welcome, Armchair Generals, Weekend Warriors, and Saturday Soldiers alike. This is Ostentatiousness, and welcome back to Star Wars Empire at War, where scouts report Alderaan has been destroyed and there's nothing left but debris. Damn it, debris. So, we are finally entering into the endgame. Alderaan has been destroyed by the Empire. The Star Destroyer. Just going to give myself a moment to be stupid. The Alderaan has been destroyed by the Death Star. They are making way for Yavin 4. I am not worried. Why? Because with nothing but 6 squadrons of fighters and bombers, I destroyed 3 fucking Star Destroyers. Ignore the space base. We got this.
Alderaan has been destroyed. Scouts report there's nothing left but debris.
The Empire's plan is more unspeakable than we thought. They intend to rule or destroy everything in the galaxy.
Fuck.
What can we do against that level of firepower?
We must do what we can, and continue our fight against this tyranny. I only hope that will be enough.
That should actually be an easy fight. God damn it, can't even save. I may lose.
Ready for action.
Upgrade in progress.
Y-Wing here. This nebula's gonna play havoc with torpedo guidance.
The Death Star is quickly approaching the planet. All units attack. We can't withstand that battle station's firepower.
Responding. Form up.
You mean we can't repel firepower of that magnitude?
Asteroids ahead.
Station ready.
The Death Star will be in range in 1 minute.
Copy.
Reinforcements en route.
Ready.
Space station
I
damaged.
copy. Reporting.
Enemy unit disabled.
Weapons charged.
Enter command. 3-2 Order confirmed. Attack.
Upgrade complete.
Yes, sir. Moving to attack position.
We don't got this.
Orbital command available.
This may be the death of Mon Mothma.
The Death Star will be in range in 30 seconds.
Attack.
Reporting. Fire.
Yes, Commander. Ready. Fire.
Orders, sir. Ready for action. Standing by.
Y-Wing squadron reporting.
At your command. Yes,
The Death Star will be in range in 15 seconds.
God damn, that was a short fucking 15. That's why these guys are spawned, because they're like the Death Star's escort.
Y-Wing
The
standing.
Death Star will be in range in 5 seconds.
Open fire.
Construction complete.
It's nice knowing you, boys and girls.
The Death Star has cleared the planet.
destroy the engine.
Space station damaged.
Bombers at the ready.
What part of nice knowing you doesn't the Empire understand?
Hit the engines.
Upgrade
Yes, sir.
complete.
Waiting orders.
You see, why the fuck didn't the Empire do this in the movies?
Attack that target.
Like, why didn't they have a security picket? Were they literally that arrogant at how successful their battle station would be that they did not feel the need
Ion cannon fired.
Y-Wing here.
for proper, like, security picket? Because I'm pretty sure that if they could have...
Mission.
Don't question it. It'll make no sense. Also, why they haven't fired, I'll never know.
Fire at
Form
will.
up. Fire at will. Attacking.
Waiting your orders.
Upgrade
Target those lasers.
complete.
Attacking.
Awaiting orders.
Ion cannon available. Ion
Copy.
cannon fired.
Targeting. I copy. Firing.
You know, they're gonna wait till like the very last moment where it looks like I'm about to win and then crush my dreams.
Firing.
Reporting.
Command.
Yes, sir.
Like the sons of bitches they are.
Orders, sir.
Yes, Commander. Changing course to intercept.
I'm really anxious about why nothing's
Ion
happening.
cannon available.
Torpedoes armed.
Ion cannon
Ready for action.
fired.
Let's move out.
Ready. Weapons charged.
Station ready.
Y-Wing squadron reporting. Moving to attack position.
Standing by.
Y-Wing standing by.
Yes, sir. I copy, sir. Guns at the ready. Roger that. Let's go.
Yeah, so, Death Star.
Ready to
Was
fire.
not expect. It doesn't move that fast for you.
Ion
I
cannon
can't overemphasize that that was not accurate portrayal of how fast the Death Star actually moves when you have it. When you have it,
Bombers at the ready.
Waiting orders.
when you have the Death Star,
I copy.
it takes 50 bajillion years to get anywhere.
Space station damaged.
Ready to fire.
Fortunately, not severely.
Beginning
Reporting.
construction.
Firing target. Target those lasers.
Ion cannon available.
Ion cannon the Death Star, that shit will work.
Waiting your orders. Disable those ion cannons.
We can't match up to the Death Star.
What? Did they?
Imperial fleet approaching.
Huh.
Beginning construction.
Huh. 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 But I won that. Also, no missions. But I won that.
A Corellian fighter just arrived from the vicinity of Alderaan. They claim to have the data on the Death Star with them.
Freighter? Freighter? I'll have you know she's much more than that, pal.
It appears you are back in our fold yet again, Captain Solo.
Look, if I had known all along what you were up to, I would have just let the Empire catch me on Karita. I'm just here to drop off that princess of yours and those droids. I'll take my reward and be off.
We cannot force you to aid us, but know that if the Empire has its way, you will find no safe haven no matter where you run.
I'll take my chances.
Construction.
God damn it, they've gotten aggressive. What happened to Babby Easy Mode? Also, I'm going to enjoy when that arrives. So, these last two missions have just been the gauntlet.
The enemy has been spotted.
Space station
Pause, pause,
damaged.
pause.
Reinforcements en route.
Bombers reporting in. Roger that. Y-wing here. Form up. Attack.
Orbital command available.
Upgrade in progress.
We are detecting multiple ships entering from hyperspace. Be prepared to defend our position and repel the Imperials.
Awaiting orders. Fire. Copy. Form up.
Yeah, this isn't really how I should be playing the Rebellion.
I copy. Proceeding to
I won't.
Waiting orders. Attack. Fire.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Squadron, moving out. I'm on engine 2.
Open fire. Attack that target.
I'm on engine 2.
Reinforcements
Open fire.
en route.
Can't afford to just sit back.
Reporting. Attacking target.
Y-wing squadron reporting.
At your command.
Upgrade
Frigate
in
reporting.
progress.
Oh, completely forgot I had this. Who are we shooting today?
Ion
You.
cannon fired.
Y-wing standing by.
Should we go around for another
Your
pass?
orders? Bombers at the ready.
Probably.
Yes,
Are we going to go around for another pass?
Fire at will.
Probably not.
Receiving met weapons charged.
Look, if I was leading this rebellion, we'd have been crushed within days. Just saying, I am lazy.
Reinforcements en
Bombers
route.
reporting in. Attack that target.
Frequency open.
Also,
Targeting.
thanks for
Firing.
all of the ships.
Frigate responding.
I do appreciate it.
Yes, Commander. Remove frigate standing by.
Roger that.
Ion cannon
Attacking target.
available.
Targeting the gravity well generator.
Ion
Roger
cannon
that.
firing.
Form up.
Look, you think you're being cute. Wow.
Commencing.
Wow.
At your command. Copy. Your orders, sir?
The Empire, ladies
Ready
and
for
gentlemen.
action.
The Empire.
Ready for action. Order confirmed. Engines activated.
I know this will never
Preparing
work.
for standing by.
Oh my god, if it actually destroyed the
Upgrade.
Star Destroyer because I had Ion Cannon it?
Moving to attack position.
Nope. Apparently, despite the fact that it is totally and completely disabled, it can still run away. Nope, they didn't lose it. They lost everything else.
Vehicle in production. Vehicle in production.
Okay.
Tactical battle imminent.
So, it's the Death Star against every single thing I have. Huh. The Empire has apparently set up... Also, really cool effect. Look at it. Yeah, the Empire has apparently set up a base
Standing by.
around
I am with you.
the planet
Beware of traps.
they just
What do you suggest?
destroyed
Ready. Squadron
that I
reporting.
still
Standing by.
technically occupy.
Form up.
Standing by. Setting course.
The Empire of
Choose
Bizarre.
your
The
reinforcements.
Death Star is in orbit above the planet. Our forces will not be able to
The,
withstand that
the
kind of
Death Star
fire.
is in orbit above the planet. Yeah, sure, we'll call that a planet. You call that a planet?
Enemy unit sighted.
Complying with orders.
Awaiting orders. Right away.
Acknowledged.
And that is the power of the Mon Calamari cruiser. They come packing 6 turbo laser batteries.
Commander.
Copy.
Well,
Moving
6
out.
turbo laser. Okay, no, let me get this
I am
right.
with you.
They come packing 1, 2, 4 ion cannon batteries and 4 turbo laser batteries. Now, I may rag on the... Well, okay. Akbar's does. This one doesn't. I may rag on the Imperial Star Destroyer for having low firepower. Oops.
I copy. Fire at
What do
will.
you suggest? Fire. Ready. Open fire. Standing
Oh,
by.
yeah. So if I do this,
Concentrate all fire to that target.
he actually, like, mass volleys the enemy he's targeting.
Reporting in.
Great little trick. Great trick, much fun.
Reporting. Attacking.
Choose your reinforcements.
Deploy these 16 billion bombers I brought with me.
Yes, sir. Yes, Commander. Ready. Y-Wing Squadron reporting. Targeting.
At maximum unit capacity.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Need help?
God, I actually miss the Empire's Hunter-Killer ability, where you kind of just set your, You kind of just, like, set the,
Your
no,
orders?
this one.
Choose your reinforcements.
Yeah.
Commander. I am with you.
The Empire's, like, Hunter-Killer ability, where, TIE fighters just go and look for targets.
Bombers at the ready. Starting my run. Changing course to intercept.
Beware of traps. Weapons.
So yeah, Mon Calamari cruiser slightly overpowered.
Target. Confirmed.
Bombers.
Also, never noticed before, but Admiral Akbar kind of talks like he's had a stroke.
What do you suggest? Target sighted. Readying weapons.
I've been hit. Need help. Roger that.
I remember back in the good old days, you know,
Reinforcements cancelled.
when I used to have
Reinforcements
ion
en
cannons.
route. At
Yeah,
maximum
those days were pretty
Y-Wing
freaking sweet.
here.
Standing by.
Got one on me.
Reporting in. Open fire. Affirmative.
Weapons charged.
Reinforcements en route.
Moving to attack position. Attack. Awaiting orders.
Acknowledged. May the force be with us. Yes, Commander.
Yeah, so Mon Calamari cruisers, exceptional at melting Star Destroyers.
Confirmed. Target sighted.
Copy.
Reinforcements
copy.
en route.
Fire.
At maximum unit
I am with
capacity.
you. Readying weapons.
So I do believe we've won.
Maximum fire.
Our engine is down. Fire! Open fire!
Because we have to make sure we affect the total destruction of the Empire. Recon stations and all.
Won the battle. Now, fall back.
Why are we running? Also, holy shit, that cost...
System lost.
Gen General Dodonna's analysis of the Death Star plans provided by Princess Leia has provided us with what might be a weakness in its defenses, and I am afraid that we will soon be forced to put it to the test.
Why? Because it
An
just
Imperial
destroyed
tracking
base?
device was found on Han Solo's ship. It is obvious the Empire is on their way towards us at this very moment.
How can we hope to match the firepower of that station?
We cannot match it directly, only try to exploit its weakness. This is our most desperate hour. Our fate lies in the hands of our daring pilots. We must stop the Death Star before it destroys more worlds.
Oh, hey.
Y-Wing
Mission log
Squadron reporting.
updated.
You assholes again. Okay, give me a moment. So, will I actually lose this? Oh no, taking... Okay. Okay, that makes sense. The final battle. The Empire's ultimate weapon. The Death Star has been unleashed upon an unsuspecting galaxy. The planet Alderaan was the first to pay the price, with millions of deaths being the cost. The Rebel fleet is far too weak to confront the battle station head-on, but with the aid of General Dodonna's military knowledge and courageous fighter pilots, the rebellion may still have a chance. So, yeah, this is the end game. Also, why the fuck do you people keep coming back?
System lost.
Look, I don't even care that I lost that.
Y-Wing Squadron
This battle's
reporting.
fucking over.
Y-Wing Squadron reporting.
Tactical battle imminent.
12 fighters, 12 bombers. Let's see what we can do. I love how I had these like grand plans.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Yes,
About-
Commander. Ready.
A larger force doesn't always guarantee victory. Use tactics to your advantage and remove the defending positions.
Send reinforcements.
Yeah, I love how I had these grand plans about how I was going to like beat the Empire, like pick apart
Bombers at the ready.
their space. Oh yeah, hey, by the way, you yeah, you
Bombers
don't
moving
actually,
in.
you know, end up fighting the Empire. You kind of just have to fuck around with their space, with their giant battle station.
Swinging around. That's it. Scratch one.
Roger that. Attacking target.
Stay in attack formation.
I love how we just got this conga line of fighters chasing after these TIE fighters
Got it
too.
lined up.
But you got to admit, the X-Wing is actually a pretty poor design for a spacecraft, simply because when you look, well, it's in spacecraft, for a fighter craft, because when you look at modern, like, FA-18s with the bubble cockpit, it's so the pilot can look in all directions. But you're kind of really limited with how you can look back in a,
System.
It appears you have a conscience after all.
Don't let that rumor get started. It'd be bad for business. I just couldn't leave without properly saying goodbye is all.
Easier than the Kessel Run.
Construction complete.
Y-Wing Squadron reporting.
Building under construction.
So basically what they're saying is everything else we've
complete.
ever done is pointless.
Y-Wing Squadron reporting.
Squadron reporting.
Construction complete.
Y-Wing Squadron reporting.
Fuck, wish I had known that earlier.
Beginning construction.
Okay, boys.
We can do that.
Y-Wing Squadron reporting.
I like my Star Wars canon with how the rebellion ended up, like, they destroyed the Yavin and Mon Mothma was able to escape, and then they just kind of retreated a bit. Also, Red Squadron contains heroes Garvin Drace, Red Leader, Wedge Antilles, Red 2. Wedge Antilles, arguably one of the most important people in the galaxy from this point on. Biggs Darklighter, Red 3. John D. Brannon, Red 4, Luke Skywalker, Red 5, and Jack Porkins, Red 6. Jack Porkins is also like kind of some kind of legend in the in-universe. He's like this amazing pilot despite being really large. Look, I'm not saying he's fat, but he's like unbelievably fat.
Squadron reporting. Standing by. Ready for orders. Reporting
Look,
in.
buddy.
Ready for command.
What's that ability?
Calling for me, sir?
Lucky shot. Fuck.
Hurry up, Jabba's waiting.
Yeah, cool. Han, call your jets.
Death Star is in orbit above the planet.
There is no fucking planet!
That kind of firepower.
Also, when you actually have the Death Star, you can do two things to end a battle. You can either destroy the planet. Yeah, you can either like destroy the planet
Form up. Fire at will.
in the middle of the battle,
Plotting course. Good as gone.
and like win,
Lasers linked in right.
or not win. I think that the fight continues to go on. It's just
Copy.
The planet's gone.
Attacking.
But the other one is you can actually destroy the planet outside of that.
Fire at will. Engage. Let's do some damage.
Also, not sure if anyone else watches Star Wars Legends or if I'm just weird. I like to imagine that the Lothal Rebels are the ones flying my A-Wing fighters.
On copy. Targeting.
What are you thinking? Taking out the bad guy. I copy.
Oh, actually, something I forgot to mention with these Mon Calamari cruisers is they don't have hangars, but they also don't have except for Home 1, but that's a freak of nature with its extra 2 guns. They don't actually have external shield generators, so you can't destroy the shields for a non-bomber craft to attack them, which is immensely useful.
Reporting. Firing.
Reporting. For the Alliance.
I've got my approach vector.
Hey, Jabba.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Attack.
Thank you, dead Alec Guinness. Actually dead Alec Guinness, I should probably say now. God, that was a loss. Just like Alan Rickman, David Bowie. We have officially won the game. Savor this moment, ladies and gentlemen. We have won, and I might actually have to mute the music if they actually play a video clip instead of music.
Planetary control achieved.
Hi? I am talking loudly so I don't get a content ID match. But I'm just going to turn my own volume down because, wow, that was loud in my ears. Dun 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 blah 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 blah. And we win. We have won everything forever, and sorry if I'm speaking so loud it hurts your ears, but I really don't want to get a content ID match. Again. No, 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 no. No. Yeah, you're meant to be playing the Star Wars theme. I'm sorry I cut out of that, but I don't want any content ID matches. So yeah, we basically just won the game. Yeah. So, the sad thing is this could have been done months ago. So, tomorrow we will be starting as the Empire. And I can assure you, I will burn the rebellion to the ground. But I'm actually going to let these credits play out because all these people, all these people put a lot of hard work into this game, and it's an enjoyable game. It has its foibles, all games do. It has its dull points. I might even actually see if I can use the YouTube thing and find some free, kind of background piano music for this. But this was a great game to play. It's great to let's play. Thanks again to Trilby Space Clone, I was pronouncing it wrong, for kind of motivating me to try. Thanks for everyone who watches my videos. It means a lot to me when it really did mean a lot to me when I started up my computer today, sat down to record, and I looked at my last 2 videos, and 12 views on both of them. Now, that might not sound like much, but that's a lot more than I was expecting to get on, you know, anything. And the fact that you guys are taking time out to watch my videos, it does mean a lot to me. So thanks, guys. Probably the next thing I might be thinking about doing is kind of like an on again, off again, like say, fuck, what's the word I'm looking for here? So, like Saturdays I might do an hour of Liberal Crime Squad when I finish this game, and then Sundays I might do an hour of yeah, I might use like an hour of Rome Total War, and then I might start either continue another one like Company Heroes or Men of War, or I might had something here and now I lost it. Start Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion. That's a great game to play. I'm also going to look into doing some War Thunder again. And you guys might even also see some Overwatch. I've played a tiny bit of that game. I did like it. So that's something to potentially be on the lookout for. Yeah. You see, this isn't nearly as good an ending, in my opinion, as the only other Let's Play I finished at this point, which is the World and Conflict Let's Play, where we got to watch, you know, trashed Seattle while I was blathering on. But once again, you know, thanks to all these guys who made this game, thanks to you guys who watched me play this game, and yeah, not sure if there's anything else left to do, but let the credits roll. My little call to arms still stands, though. If anyone wants to be in Liberal Crime Squad, give me a name. If he wants me to, I'll definitely be putting Trilby into it. But I'm definitely going to build up a team for my... oh, cool. There's people. Definitely build up, you know, a team and finish off my Terminator Founder run. Mara Jade. Shit. Didn't even know she was in this game. Yeah. But like I said, guys, you know, great fun. This hobby, like, I might, you know, get paid, you know, peanuts for this, but I do love, you know, this. I love seeing that people are watching my videos and getting feedback from guys like, you know, Trilby, and, you know, when people do drop me a line, you know, that's great. You know, I mean, I would like to one day not make obscene amounts of money off of this like other people, but I would like to be able to devote more time to YouTube stuff. I really want to create like an animated series and that kind of stuff. And, you know, if I could devote more time, like, because I do work 36 hours a week, 5 days a week. So I do, yeah, an average of about 7-hour shifts. And, you know, I do them midday to evening, so when I get home, I got no time to record most days. Actually, one thing I probably should mention is I did recently get my internet upgraded. I now have a terabyte of data. I think I went from like 200 gigabytes to a terabyte. So once I get some momentum behind me, I will be belting the shit out of these videos. There will be videos for days. So, yeah. That's actually, in my opinion, like, it sets up a little great kind of cliffhanger. Like, the Rebellion does hold 2/3 of the galaxy at this point, but, you know, the Empire still holds the rest. They were putting a lot of pressure on my northern systems, which is, you can suddenly see why I built up those forces there. You know, even if I never had to use them, it was just in case. So, yeah, like, the Empire... Sorry, it is a nice cliffhanger, and it does segue quite nicely into the kind of freeform campaign that you can do as the rebels in Forces of Corruption. you know, the galaxy's still kind of trashed, the rebuilding the Death Star, and shit like that. Sorry. Still don't know why they didn't blow up the planet, like, in that battle. I'm genuinely glad that we didn't lose. I mean, don't get me wrong. Mon Mothma is now dead. So, the rebellion is going to fall apart due to infighting, as both Bail Organa, Padme Amidala, and Mon Mothma, the three main leaders, kind of, you know, Padme died 19 years ago, Bail just died when Alderaan was blown up, and quite fittingly, you know, following the theme of rebel leaders dying when their planets get blown up, although she was the senator for Chandala or Chantira or something. She died on the rebellion base when it got blown up. In my headcanon, I know she would have respawned. I also think I'm pretty sure I sent C-3PO and R2-D2 into that battle. Yeah. No great loss if they died. So yeah, in my headcanon, the Rebel Alliance, I can understand now why, like, the Zaan Consortium in Forces of Corruption has, like, expanded into former Rebel territories, and the Empire has clawed back. We're going to have to ignore the fact that I do believe you get both should-be-dead Obi-Wan Kenobi and, in my headcanon, is-dead Mon Mothma. You also get Yoda, because apparently his death was, like, you know, for Yoda, death is, it's kind of like just coming down with a sore throat. You get over it. So, yeah, the Empire has kind of pushed the rebels back. There is horrible, horrible madness, because the macho man has been unleashed upon the galaxy. And, yeah. Oh, God, I fucking hate the special thanks thing. Like, yeah, I understand people have people they want to thank. But I don't want to fucking see it. I don't want to fucking see it. Like, I don't want to skip through this because, like I said, I think that people who worked so hard on these games do deserve, you know, their credit when it's Let's Played. But special fucking thanks? Like, at least they're not doing production babies. If they do production babies, I will Grim Rage. And for those of you who don't know what Grim Rage is, watch anything Grimmeth does when shit goes wrong. Like, I don't want to sound like an asshole. I don't want to sound like an asshole. But also, Andre, you have the most unfortunate surname ever. Yeah, I don't want to sound like an asshole when I say that, but like, do we really need 60 hours? Like, we have been sitting through 10 minutes of credits. I don't blame anyone for walking away at this point. And again, I don't want to sound like an asshole when I say this, but Christ in a hat. Like, I appreciate that, you know, people have people they want to thank. You know, I just spent, you know, 10 minutes bullshitting and waffling about who I was thanking for watching this, but still. Look, if you're going to put such long thank yous in, make it faster. You know, it doesn't have to, like, zip past the screen, but this Star Wars-esque slow crawl. I mean, like I said, I don't blame anyone for walking away at this point, you know? I want to walk away. Unfortunately, I have become one with my desk. Huh. So apparently they've just, what I read was correct about that Lewis stuff, they've just given people permission to pull the game apart and see how it works. Very special thanks. Okay, of course he needs a special thanks. Without him, there would be no Star Wars. Without his ex-wife, Star Wars would have been shit. And before anyone kind of argues anything like that, seriously look it up. The original attack on the Death Star was like 15 minutes longer and contained like 4 more failed runs, and she was the one who just chopped it up. Yeah, it's funny because speaking of George and his ex-wife, the original 3 movies, the last one was actually intended to be. The only reason I think we don't have military efficiency is because I skipped something. But yeah, the only reason why like they made that last one, if I remember correctly, it was to kind of like patch up their marriage, or at least attempt to. So anyway, guys, I am pretty sure you don't want to hang around any longer than this. I have to get to editing and uploading videos. So once again, thank you for watching the Rebellion part of Star Wars Empire at War. Tomorrow we move on to the Empire's part. I've been Ostentatiousness. Hopefully you've still been you. If not, the Body Snatchers have been. Remember, like if you liked the video, dislike if you disliked the video. Just drop me a line, subscribe if you want to see more. And remember everyone, stay crunchy and milk. Bye.